Hey everyone, it's Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey, coming back to you with another live update for this week. I will talk a little bit about chemotherapy side effects and kind of the ones that I'm experiencing and what I'm doing to kind of treat them. But first, I wanted to give you a quick update. So last Thursday, it's Monday, last Thursday, we went ahead and had our full chemo and immunotherapy treatment. Our platelets counts were still low, lower than they were last time, but they weren't so low that it would prevent me from getting the chemo for the day. So I'm thankful that we were able to get the full chemo treatment on Thursday. Last time I went through the chemo treatment, I struggled a little bit on the weekend. I think I tried to do too much. So this time really tried to focus on not doing a whole lot on Saturday and Sunday, just sitting around, watched some of the football games, and just tried to rest. And then my family was great at making sure that I was eating to make sure that I'm keeping the food in and driving proteins in me so that I can maintain my weight. Because again, I have to maintain my weight to be able to make sure that I can have the chemotherapy. If I lose too much, I wouldn't be able to have that. So to date, we've had no problems with our weight. We've been able to maintain it pretty well, and we're real happy about that. I wanted to give you another update. I remember my last video, I talked about a gentleman that I met at the infusion center named Ron, who was trying to get into the clinical study. So those who were praying, thank you very much. I just wanted to give you an update that I heard through the grapevine that he was able to make it into the study. So hopefully he's starting his full regimen with the clinical trial as well. And hopefully he's getting the actual clinical drug and not the placebo. So back to today's topic of chemotherapy side effects. It's funny because I feel like I've gotten every single side effect you could get. And I'm going to look down at a list that I wrote out just so that you know here are some of the side effects that can come with my chemotherapy and immunotherapy. Flushing of the skin, itching, dryness of the skin, dryness of the mouth, memory problems, stiff neck, headaches, heartburn, symptoms of a common cold, bone and joint pain, trouble sleeping, poor appetite, watery eyes, taste changes, low blood counts, neuropathy, which means when you touch cold things, your fingers go numb, balance issues, sleepiness, just general pain, and a cough. And I've had most of these. I am thankful that I haven't had a lot of nausea or constipation, which are probably the ones that I would like to stay away from. This past week, though, I got a new one that I wasn't expecting. It wasn't on the list of the papers that I had received from the doctor when I got all the information about the drugs, but a quick look up on the internet, and I found that hiccups can also be a side effect of one of the drugs that I'm taking. And so for Friday and Saturday, I pretty much had hiccups all day long, and my wife Megan told me that I even hiccuped in my sleep. The other thing that I'm really struggling with is dry mouth. The chemotherapy really takes a lot out and it drains. And so I'm using a product called Biotine. My sister-in-law, Jen, gave me some lozenges that were Biotine that helped that I was able to suck on. And I also have a spray that I can spray directly into my mouth that helps to stimulate the saliva. I do spend a lot of time during the day. It's probably not the best because it's candy. But if you're having trouble with dry mouth, sucking on candies, hard candies, will help to stimulate the saliva flow, and that can help quite a bit. But I notice it a lot at night when I go to sleep, so I've been trying to spray my mouth with the Biotine and hoping that that can help me make it through the night without having to wake up due to dry mouth. That has also been leading to, I feel like I have like a film on my tongue, which is kind of gross. But it also I'm losing the sense of some of the taste, meaning like I used to love like a baked potato and it just tastes mushy right now. And hopefully all of these will go away when we stop the chemotherapy. But it makes it more challenging to want to eat when you really can't taste a whole lot. And while I could add spices and whatnot to the food, then I also run the risk of heartburn, which I had prior to having cancer. And so that's a new challenge as well. So I just wanted to kind of share those things that they seem small, but when you start to add them all up together, that's a lot of side effects from the drugs. Thankfully, again, I don't have really bad ones from a nausea or constipation, so I can put up with these other ones to get through this and to beat this battle. But I just wanted to share a little bit about kind of some of the things that I do. So for the dry skin, I have some lotions. Again, my sister-in-law sent me some samples of some lotions that cancer patients use, and they're really good at hydrating the skin. So if you can find a good lotion that will hydrate and put that on regularly, I usually do it in the morning and before I go to bed at night. That helps to avoid the scratching. One other symptom that I forgot to mention was your fingernails, my fingernails at least, have gotten really brittle and thin, and so they tear very easily. So the other weekend, I actually had my youngest, Mariana, give me a manicure, and she put a clear coat of fingernail polish on my nails, and that helped quite a bit because it provided some of that stabilization to the nail itself. And so those are just some ideas of things that you could do if you're struggling with any of these symptoms or side effects. For my gratitude moment, I actually have 3 parts to my gratitude moment this week. The first is I'm grateful that I don't have severe nausea and constipation. I've seen that in the infusion center, others that are suffering through that, and it looks painful. So I'm grateful that I don't have that. Second, I'm grateful that Ron was able to qualify for the clinical studies, and I pray that the work that is going on in his system with the drugs is going to help him to recover. And third, I'd call out a thank you to a colleague whose family sent me a Squishmallow, which is very comforting and very soft. So when I get tired and I need to take a nap, I can just put it up and lay back and take a nap. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the other care packages that I've been receiving. My name is Craig. I'm with One Man's Cancer Journey, and I wish for you a blessed week.